Hello all, I'm here at moviepark and I first tried to do it the normal way, but I could not deal with it, so I tried the special service which you get when you have a official diagnosis for autism, and then you get a kind of sort fast pass. It means you can go into entrances through the speedy pass, but you have to make an appointment, and at the moment that you push in the button to make an appointment, they take in account that the normal waiting row is 20 minutes or 50 minutes, and then you get the same time period, but in that time period you can take some rest and find a silent, calm place, which is a little bit difficult, okay? And then around the time you're expected, you can go into the speedy pass lane, but there are some pros and cons. Hello all, it's a little bit warm. Since I tape my video always spontaneously, that means that I'm sometimes forgetting to tape some information. So here is some extra information. The cons and pros are difficult to tell because they vary a little bit, but I will take you a little bit in a walkthrough how it went with me. That gives you an indication. First of all, I informed in advance if there were special rules for people who could show they have autism. I got a link which referred to their page, but there were only a few sentences about it. So something in the idea of go to the customer service and demonstrate your, not demonstrate, but prove that you have an autism diagnosis, and then you get access to the app for a limited kind of fast pass. But you know, being autistic, you don't like unclear things, of unpredictable things, so I'm going to talk you through it, how it went with me, because the information on the webpage is not very informative. As I said, I tried it at first, but there were a lot of children, and normally we are in a quieter period. In a quieter period you might be able to do it without going through the whole process of getting access to that limited app. When you first come in the park, there is a fountain, and if you walk past that fountain you will have a desk. It does not say exactly customer service, something like that. Even though I speak German, the word was not literally translated into German customer service, but anyway, that desk could help me, so it probably could help you also. I showed my Altipass, that's a Dutch item, but I think internationally there are a lot of items that are around. I don't know if they speak English or something like that. I assume being behind such a desk, they would. I speak German a little bit, even though I'm Dutch and English, so I communicated in German. I showed my Altipass and she registered it, and then my companion, my husband of course, had to scan a QR code with his phone. That brought him to a certain part of their system, and he had to make an account with a username and an email, etc. As soon as he had made that account, the lady behind the desk put in a certain code, and that gave us access. So now you know a little bit how it works. You know now how to find the customer service and how you get into the app. I have to focus a little bit because it's very hot here for the Netherlands. So, okay, Then you have that step. Then you get into the app and you see all the pictures of the attractions which are available for that service. When you click on it, you see the waiting time now is 20 minutes, for example. And if you agree to stand in line for that, you click on it and a time clock starts ticking. And in 20 minutes, which is the waiting time at the moment at that attraction, a QR code appears. That means in the meanwhile you can find a nice quiet spot, eat something or take care of yourself. After 20 minutes a QR code appears. Oh, and I almost forgot that if you're not ready yet and the QR code has already appeared, you don't have to worry because it stays valid. I don't know for how long, maybe not hours or something, but it stays valid for quite a while. Not that we use it that way, but it is mentioned that it does not expire. So if you're resting and you think I'm not ready to go there yet, don't worry about the validity of validity of the QR code. Then you can go to the Speedy Pass entrance. I at first was afraid that we would be looking like crazy for those special entrances everywhere, but in her app it also explains where they are. This is our appointment and this is the entrance at From Helsing. Let's see how it works. That is. There is my first minus. Sometimes, maybe for a short while or for a longer period, they change it. And they put a sign in front of it and explaining where it is. But first you have to understand the clues because they are not always very clear. And second of all, sometimes they are created on weird places. So I will show you a fragment of that as an example here. Be also prepared for surprises because this way normally the fast pass is here, but this time I don't know if it will be a long time or not, but you have to use the back entrance, and that means you have to go through the shop and against the crowd which is coming out of the attraction. So you have to determine if this is better for you or that you prefer to stand in line. So that is one drawback. First you have to go through the process of getting it. It's an average experience, not a plus, but it's kind of worth your trouble. And then waiting in line virtually is very relaxing, but also honest towards the other people because you're not getting special treatment. You also have to wait the same time as they do, only you can do it in quite a place, so that's a pro. But as I said, the entrances, even though they are described in the app where you can find it per attraction which you wait for, sometimes changed and not always for the good. That means, okay, then you can only, and that's also very logical, but since you're virtually waiting in a line, you can also only do one attraction at the same time. As I said, that's reasonably understandable. Then with the code you go into the entrance for the Speedy Pass. And I forgot to tell in the beginning, you can tell how much people are in your company, and they can get the Speedy Pass special entrance also. but up to a max of, I think, 4 people. So no large groups or something like that. So you get the QR code that is valuable, valid for 2 persons. That brings me to the next kind of drawback problem. The first experience we had with it was at Full Helsing, and we perfectly found the entrance. And my husband scanned, went through, and the little wheel was very flexible and made another turn quite directly after him. So I could not enter. Fortunately, he could get out to rejoin me, but that was not a nice experience. So also keep the gates under control with your hands, so it does not make an extra turn by accident because it's so supple, because you lose the second entrance. So that is also a kind of drawback. Be very careful with the little turning gates. Keep them good under control. So keep the bar, turn it, but make sure it does not accidentally make an extra turn. So that costs us 2 times 20 minutes learning process. Maybe I can help you with it. So as we are now, you have to do a little administration when you come in, but it feels like an honest situation, not pushing yourself at front. So that gives me a nice feeling also. Okay, I'm still waiting in the virtual queue, but I have to wait just as long as others, so I'm not pushing myself in front of them. That is emotionally nice for me. But there could be some problems with speedy pass exits, entrances, and little turning gates which turn too fast. But in general, if everything works and you can find everything out, as I said, instead of standing in line with a lot of teenagers and children, etc., you can find a nice place to relax, or something to eat, or something to drink, and then you go to the speedy pass entrance and get in. And in the situations we used it, they say sometimes you don't, you still have to stand a little bit in line, but in the occasions we used it, it almost immediately went to the front of the line. So there was no waiting in line anymore. There is also a little drawback on that. People who are really in reality waiting in line are not always amused when they see you coming from the sideway. That is, we did not experience nasty comments or something, but it's the fast pass entrance, so they should be aware that also the fast pass people come in and get in front of the line. So you have to deal a little bit with that, because not all people who are standing in front of the line and you are getting in front of them do understand that there are reasons for you skipping in front of them. So that's also something you have to take in account. As I said, I think most people know there is a speedy pass option, so people can get in front of them, but might be if you have bad luck, that some people react nasty on that. So as I said, it's a kind of enormous mixed bag, and you for yourself have to make up your mind which things you are better dealing with. As I said, there could be more information on the page, on the web page, that explains step by step how you get that special speedy pass access. That would be a lot of nice info for people with autism who want to know how and what can I expect. I myself would try, if I find it quiet enough, probably to do it the normal way. But if it's busy and a lot of teenagers, and I'm sorry, can't handle that, then it's a nice solution if you know a little bit about the things that could go wrong, like suddenly moving speedy pass entrances, little turning poles that go too fast. So keep that all in mind. All in all, I'm glad they offer the solution, so thank you, moviepark. It was a real saver because I took a lot of quiet moments, which saved a lot of energy for me. So I felt more less tired than normal. So I hope this information helps you a little bit. And I don't know yet how I'm going to montage the scenes I have taken in moviepark itself. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye!